Good afternoon. Hope everyone is well. In this live, I just wanted to very briefly discuss what to do if you are looking to resit the English or Maths GCSE papers this year. This week, I've had a lot of incoming students and even a couple today who are looking to resit an English exam or resit a Maths exam. And it's clear a lot of people don't even know what the process is to do that. So I'm just going to break down that process a little bit now in the next few minutes. It shouldn't take too long. The first thing to note is that really for people looking to go into further education and looking to go into employment, it's really the English language paper and the maths exam that you need. You need to get passes in both of those. That's really going to allow you to go on and take the next step. So those are the two to focus on. It can be good to get other exams under your belt if you really want to resit them, but basically with resits, those are the two you need. So those are the two that I would definitely focus on. So once you've decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and resit, the first thing you need to do is decide whether you're going to sit in November, the November resit sitting, or you're going to sit in June. So June of 2024 or November 2023 in the case of this year. And there are a few things that would determine which of those you would go for. So if you've been out of education for a long time and, sort of 10 years or so, and you were quite a distance from a pass anyway, I would certainly recommend going for the June reset. That's going to give you a lot more time. It's going to give you a much better chance getting a pass. If, however, you're maybe currently still in education, so you've gone on to sixth form or you recently left education and you feel quite sharp still, and actually you only were a few marks off getting a pass grade, or you were just one grade below, you were on a D or a 3, uh, certainly there's no harm in registering for the November reset and going for it in November, seeing if you can get across the line. You can always then go on to sit a June sitting if when the results come back from the November sitting, which by the way is early January. If those results come back and you haven't quite got there, you can always then go on and sit in June. So you want to decide which of the sittings you're going to go for. And once you've decided that, so I'm going to go for, let's say, the November sitting because you feel like it's a good there's a good possibility you could actually achieve something. Then the first thing you need to do is actually find a center. You need to find a center that's going to allow you to sit. So basically, you need to go online, go onto Google, and search exam centers GCSE English and Maths resit in your area, and you should be able to find, if you just scan down, but you should be able to find at least 2 or 3 centers in your area, which could be schools, could be colleges, could be private centers. Just found out in London actually they have specialist resit centers where their whole model really is they just offer a center for students to resit, which is quite an interesting model. So once you've found your center or you found your centers, you want to get in contact with them. So send 3 or 4 of them an email and find out what sittings they offer, which exam boards they offer. That's going to be important as we come on to the later steps. And then obviously the cost as well. Typically, the cost should be around a couple of £100. If you find a centre that's wanting to charge you £1,000 for a resit, I would say that's probably that's definitely excessive. It's not necessary to pay that much. You should be able to find a centre, for a couple of £100. So once you've got and obviously then you need to liaise with that centre. You need to organise yourself with that centre, which should probably be a few emails, maybe a couple of phone calls as well. Get yourself registered, and uh, yeah, make the payments, and then you can kind of get going on your program. So you found a center, you decided to resit in November or June. Then you need to think about your program itself. What kind of program is going to get you some success? Um, so again, this really depends on the individual student's situation. What I would say though is I would certainly advocate that every student has some form of supervision through this process. You need to have some assistance. You need to have some supervision through this process. If you're resitting, that means it didn't go well previously, um, and so you will need feedback in order to get you to the necessary level, to actually get the grade that you wish to achieve your goal. So make sure you get some supervision of some kind. That could be, enrolling on a college course. There's lots of colleges that do evening things these days. They can definitely be quite good. Um, some people who are still in college can actually go to resit classes. Some people opt to work exclusively with someone who's doing preparing people in private tuition, so someone such as myself. And then also another good option can be to do a combination of the two. Some people will go to the college classes and then they'll also get tuition as well on the side, which is a really good way of doing things. So whatever approach you take, you need to make sure that you are getting some feedback and you are actually getting some supervision through this process. Because what you don't want to do is to go through all again, go through all this process, and then you end up making the same mistakes as you've done previously. It just doesn't really make any sense. So make sure you're getting some supervision and feedback through this process. And once you've actually got that in place, you should you should have a program of study in place. So whether it's the college, whether it's the tutor, whoever it is, they should really be putting a program of study in place for you that's going to give you the best chance of getting the outcome you want. So that's obviously on them, that's on the institution, that's on the individual tutor, to actually put a program in place and get you up and running, get you working, and get you improving, giving you feedback on your work to take you towards your goal. So I will leave the stream there. That's just a few of the key things you need to think about if you are resitting the English language or the Maths GCSE. Those are the two important ones, really, as far as employment goes. Um, and as I say, I've had quite a few students coming in this last 10 days who are looking at this process, and actually, it's clear a lot of people don't even really know what to do. So that is hopefully going to be useful for a few people.